If the United States turns into a full-blown Christian theocracy, the thing that's going to get me burned at the stake is that I think that the story of Jesus and the story of the devil are basically the same story. There's a Greek myth about the Titan Prometheus who stole fire from the gods and gave it to mankind. And as a punishment for doing this, Zeus tied him to a rock on top of a mountain, and every day an eagle would fly and eat his liver out, and then his liver would grow back overnight, and then the eagle would fly on the next day, and this happened onward and onward into infinity. The problem for Christians is that Prometheus lines up really well as a myth with either Jesus or with Lucifer. The name Lucifer means light bringer, and in the book of Genesis, the devil is actually helping out humanity by giving them the gift of knowledge, for which he is punished for all of eternity. In the 1950s, the religious scholar R.J. Wroblewski pointed out that the character of Satan in John Milton's Paradise Lost is actually a really, really likable character because of his similarities with Prometheus, because he's actually doing humanity a solid by bringing us the gift of knowledge. Of course, Jesus is the same story. Jesus calls himself the Lord of Light, and he comes to humanity with new knowledge, new wisdom that is supposed to be our savior for all time, and for bringing this to humanity, he is horrifically tortured and punished. I should also add that Jesus gets stabbed in the side by the Holy Lance when he's being crucified, which is right about where you would find the liver. If I wanted to get super burned at the stake, I would also point out that in some versions of the Greek myth, Prometheus actually creates mankind out of clay, which is how God creates mankind in the book of Genesis. And I'd point out that Mary Shelley subtitled Frankenstein the Modern Prometheus, so if you wanted to, you could say that Jesus, Satan, God, Prometheus, and Frankenstein are all the same story. Now, to be clear, I am not saying that the Christian myths stole it from the Greek myths. I think that the myth of someone sacrificing something for others and being punished for it is probably a pretty common one worldwide, but I don't know if that sort of nuance is going to save me from the Inquisition.